Hi everybody, Sandy B. Stitcher here. I'm here to do an update. Today is Wednesday and I still have May up here, June the 8th, 2022. And I'm back in just under a month to show you what I've been stitching on. It's kind of a disaster. As you all know, I spend an awful lot of time taking care of my husband, who is in the later stages of Parkinson's, and it's just taking more and more of my time. And so what I was going to tell you right off the bat is that I have pretty much not gone much on Instagram or on Facebook, and I haven't got time to watch very many videos. Between my illness, which is polymyalgia rheumatica, an autoimmune disease, and his Parkinson's, my time is so limited, and I try to have a little bit of time for stitching and a little bit of time for reading, and that doesn't leave much time for anything else. So I thought I'd show you what I've been stitching on and then go from there. I was doing Whip Go. I am still kind of doing Whip Go, but not the way that everybody else would be, because I just don't have time to take the pictures and to post them. And so what I'm doing is I'm paying attention when the numbers are called, and I am pulling out those projects, and I may or may not get them worked on during that month. If I don't get them worked on during that month, then I will try to catch up on that later. But doing the best we can here. Okay, first of all, I did work on Pandemic. That was one of the ones that was called for May, I think it was. Yeah, May. And I worked on this for 5 days. That's my goal on the projects, is to put in 5 days. And here's where it is right now. And I think that in the last video I showed it to you and said I was going to be working on it, but I didn't know for sure where I was going to work. Well, what I did was I went up here and I came across through here. So that was where the newest stitching is. And I don't think I went down that side. I think I just was going across there towards the middle. And I'll hold it up here a little closer. I'm trying to sit a little further back away from the camera, but to show you the projects, I'll bring them in a little bit. And there's that one. I hope everybody is doing well. We're doing as well as can be expected for what our situation is. I do complain, but I'm not going to complain to you. Okay, then I had one that was on the Whip Go board that was to do something new. So what I pulled out was this one. It's Brooks Books Winter House. There's 4 of these charts, and they were free from the Brooks Books website. And I've done 2 of them. So this would be the 3rd one. And I got a very, very tiny start on this. I did not do the 5 days. I just started right there. That would be right here on the chart where that tree starts next to the chimney. And the reason why I didn't do the 5 days on this fabric is that painted fabric that I got from Dimensions, and the edges of this are very, very ravelly, and every time I picked this up I was getting it all over me, and so I decided I have to zigzag those edges. And my craft room has been a terrible mess. And I've been trying to dig my sewing machine out, and I have it out where I can get to it, but I just haven't had the time to go up there and zigzag those. And I have some shorts that I bought for Bob that I need to hem because he has short legs, and he has a long torso but short legs. And so I've got that to do, and I kind of feel like I should do that before I work on my stuff. So I don't know when I'm going to get to that, but eventually. Let's see. The next one that was called for me was Free Kittens. And this is a very, very cute pattern, but there's a lot of back stitching in it. And when you look at that apron, can you see all the different colors in this thing? There are it may look like that's 2 shades, but it's not. There are a ton of shades in there. And it's difficult to keep track of where you're at and what you're doing. So that was where I did a lot of work. And I have a lot of threads hanging here, so I'm going to try to move them a little bit to make it easier for you to see. Okay, there it is. And I did a lot of that where the heart is on the pocket on the apron. And I did down into the blue of the dress down here and some more down in there. Actually, I did quite a bit with all those color changes. And I don't think I did any back stitching, but I still have a lot of back stitching. You can see she still doesn't have a face. So I'm going to have to give her a face here pretty soon. All right, and then I did an awful lot of work on Japanese Garden. I worked many, many days on this. I'm going to take it out of my Q-snap. It wasn't on my list as a called one, but most of you have heard me say that I plan to finish this before the end of the year because it is my oldest WIP. It was started in 2018. I don't remember the exact month. And I made myself that goal, and I am going to make it no matter what. It just means that some other stuff might get left in the dust for a while, but I am going to finish this one. So let me hold it up here and show you where I got to. And there we are with Japanese Garden. I'll bring it in here a little closer, as close as I can roll my chair up here and still get it all in. Have I got the bottom in? Yeah, I think I do. I worked to the one where the tree is over there. A lot of pinks and the purples and everything in that tree. A lot of the brown for the tree trunk. I did a bunch over there on that end of the bridge. And I did, before I went there, down further, I had worked a lot filling in down in here, this section. That hadn't been done. So there it is, up close. And I still love it. I don't like the way Dimension does their threads. I know that I know it creates the picture, but all of this one you use 2 threads and you do a half stitch, and this one you use 2 threads and you do a full cross, and then another one you use 3 threads and it's a half stitch, and then there's 4 threads and a half stitch, and then there's 7 threads and there's a half stitch, and then you've got all the full crosses, and sometimes it drives me insane, but it's gonna be beautiful. And I'm going to keep working on it. So you will see this every single video until it's done. So that's Japanese Garden Dimensions Gold. Okay, and then I have one more, and this is one of the ones that were called for June. Now, I did have another one that I didn't even take out for May. That was Stare at House. I'll get to that. I used Stare at House's time working on Japanese Garden. I just started working on it, and I just was on a roll with it, so I just kept right on going. But this is, I pulled this out. I've only done one day on this. I think I pulled this out for June and put Japanese Garden to one side. This is Frederick the Literate. This is also one of my oldest whips. I think it's the second oldest that I still have left working on. And as you can see, this is the dimensions. And I'm going to take this one out of the Q-snap because I worked on this last night. And I'm going to work on it again when I get done with my video. I have, it's, what is it, 7, just after 7. I've done my nightly things for Bob. I've given him his pills that he needs to take in the evening. Oh, I did forget to close his curtains. So I'll have to go up there when I'm done and close his curtains. And he likes to have those closed. And then I'll have the rest of the evening, hopefully, to work on this and watch a little TV. I did start watching a program on Hulu earlier while I was eating my dinner. I got a one of those strawberry chicken salads from Wendy's, and it was quite tasty. I love the dressing that's on that. I think it called it champagne dressing or something, but it was very, very good. It has a very, very light flavor, and so you get more of the flavor of the chicken and the lettuce and the strawberries and everything. And so I really enjoyed that. Okay, so here we go. This is one that needs something behind it. Let me see. This will work. I went and got my consultation for my cataracts, and my cataract surgery is scheduled for the end of this month. They'll be doing the left eye first because that's the worst one, and then a week later they will do the right one. So there's going to be some time in there where I probably will not be able to stitch. But they said they're going to correct when I told them everything that I do, they told me they're going to work on correcting my near vision rather than my far vision. They said I'll still have to wear glasses, and I said that's fine with me because I've worn glasses since I was in the 5th grade. And so continuing to wear glasses will not be a problem for me. And I'd rather do that than have to constantly be putting reading glasses on. And so they're going to correct that as a little bit. They said they can't correct it all the way unless I do the other type of surgery, and that costs too much. But they're going to do that. And okay, I just lost my train of thought. Cataract surgery. I know I'm talking about that. Oh, they told me that the doctor said that it's very possible that I could just take once they do both eyes and they clear up and my vision clears and isn't blurry anymore, they said that I could possibly do my stitching and my reading with my glasses off, which is what I used to do before my near vision got bad. So they said I probably would be able to do that. So I'm hoping that. Okay, here is Frederick and where I've gotten to. And I was stitching last night right down here, this section down in here. And so I will keep going with that and trying to get some of the back stitching in there and stuff like that. So there is Frederick the Literate. And as I said, that's my second oldest WIP. And so after Japanese Garden is completed, this will be the next one that I focus on for a finish. I'm going back and going to try to do them kind of as focusing on a finish for the oldest, and see if I can't clear some of those up, and then maybe some of the smaller ones. Look at the the ones that are easier to do. That is all that I actually worked on and that I have to show you. I have many charts that are part of my stash. And I saw that somebody somewhere put something that I saw about showing their stash, and people saying, oh, they'd love to see the stash. Now, I know there was a while back that I showed you all the stuff that are in what I call my box of shame. All the things that I have done and completed, but I have not fully finished them. And my hope is that sometime this year I will be able to pull out a few things from there and to work on getting those fully finished. It just depends on how things go here and how things go with Bob and everything. But if you're interested in seeing some of the stash that I have, let me know. If there's a few people that show an interest in that, maybe I could show you some of that when I don't have a whole lot of stitching to show you. As far as the life updates, I told you that, with Bob, it continues to be a downhill, and we do the best we can. I have decreased my prednisone down so that I'm alternating between 6 and 6.5, and the goal is to get me at least down to 5. And I think probably this next week, oh, did you hear that? There's a chipmunk in here. And every once in a while he makes that noise. The cats, especially Axel. Oh, did you see that? That was cat hair flying through the air. I love it. This house, I'll tell you. Anyways, the chipmunk is in here. Yesterday, Axel brought in snakes 2 different times. Or was it 3? I can't remember. I think it was once the night before and then 2 yesterday. And so I have to, I get a pair of tongs from up in the kitchen, and I put a paper towel down over the top of the snake, and then I pick it up with the tongs close to the head, and I carry it out to where there's a bunch of higher foliage by the trees out on the back there, and then I hold the paper towel, and then I fling it and let go of the tongs, or the paper towel, let go of the snake so that the snake flies, and I bring the paper towel back in the house. There was something flying across there. But anyways, that's been fun. They're not huge snakes. They're maybe the size around of a pencil, maybe a little bigger. And I think the longest one he brought in was maybe about, 1.5 feet. And one was, a lot shorter. I don't know if it was a baby because it was a lot skinnier too. And he's wandering around here right now. He's headed up the steps. He's been playing with that chipmunk. He's trying to catch it, but there's so many spots in here that it can hide, and then it'll, make noise, and then he'll get bored with that, and he'll go up for a while. I just hope he doesn't. This is the 3rd or the 4th chipmunk he's brought in this spring already. And so far, we've been able to get them out. We had a mole in the basement that was over by the sump pump, and moles are pretty much blind, I guess. And we were able to take one of those, I don't know if I told you this already, one of those cups like you get McDonald's for their large drinks, those plastic cups. I saved those, and I took one of those, and I was able to trap the mole in it and then put a paper over the top of it. And I don't think he could have gotten out of the cup because I don't think they can jump. But I took it outside and threw it out there by the trees and the grass and the woods and stuff. And so it's just, there's always something going around here. You know, Leslie Hurley, she always says, welcome to the crazy on her videos. And I'm starting to think maybe I should use that as my opening too. Welcome to the crazy cat house. Or cat house? I don't know. Maybe that might not be a great. Oh, Axel is saying he wants to come up, but I don't know if he's going to come up here. You want to come up? You want to come up here and say hi? Do you? Come on. Here he is. Oh, he's wet. And he's got, oh my gosh, I just picked all those little green balls off of him. And he's got them all in his fur again. Great. Wonderful. Okay, well, it's a rainy evening here, so that's what happens. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. This is a short video, maybe with showing you my stash next time. Maybe it'll be a little longer. So I'm just going to send out my love and my hugs to everybody. Hope that everybody is well and that your stitching is going good for you. And please do not look at my mess on both sides. I just, you know, this is my staging area over here for things that are going out of the door. And my desk on either side, one's a table, one's a desk, for trying to keep track of life. So, oh, and Axel's climbing on things that are, whoop, there, that went, that fell. Okay, fun, fun, fun. I'll see you all guys. I'll see you guys the next time. Take care. Bye-bye.